Welcome to the hell of the week. You were born small, innocent, and utterly powerless. You're not a mighty lion. You're not a venomous snake that can make others cower. You're not an eagle that can soar high in the sky. You are just a worm, a soft, squishy lump of flesh with no claws, no fangs, no weapons of any kind. You open your eyes for the first time, and what's the first thing you see? A soldier ant staring straight at you. And in its mind, there's only one thought: dessert time. Snap! A nearby worm is caught in its razor-sharp mandibles. You freeze. What the hell is happening? Why didn't anyone tell you about this cruel world before you were born? But don't worry. You have an incredibly effective survival strategy to escape this danger. Run! Oh, wait, you don't have legs. Then roll. You roll into a pile of dry leaves, hoping that dumb ant won't notice you. And miraculously, it walks away. You're still alive. But don't celebrate yet. You've only just escaped the first danger. Do you dream of living a long life? Forget it. You'd be lucky just to survive today. You think that after escaping death, you can now eat in peace and enjoy life? Not a chance. You wriggle over to a fresh green leaf, happily take a bite. Munch, munch, munch. Wow, this actually tastes good, you think. But what you don't realize is that you are also food for someone else. The sparrow, a creature designed specifically to hunt and devour beings like you. You're happily chewing your leaf when suddenly a massive shadow looms over you. You look up, and right in front of you is a beak the size of a scrapyard clamp. You freeze, hoping that if you don't move, the bird won't see you. But, sorry, you're not some prehistoric dinosaur. Snatch! You're lifted into the sky, kicking and struggling, but it's useless. And then, wait a second. Luckily, the bird drops you before it can swallow you. You plummet from the sky. Thud! Does it hurt? Of course, but you're still alive. You've just escaped the second danger. But hold on. This is far from over. You escaped the bird, but this is not the end of your endless fleeing. New dangers are always lurking. You crawl forward, searching for a safer leaf, but you haven't gone far when, crack! A tiny twig snaps under your belly. Whoosh! From nowhere, a praying mantis lunges out, its eyes gleaming with excitement. You freeze. It stares at you, its front legs twitching slightly, ready to snatch you at any moment. You have two choices. Try to crawl away as fast as possible. Play dead. You choose the second option. You curl up, staying absolutely still. The mantis creeps closer. Closer. Slash! A different bird swoops down and gulps up the mantis before it can even touch you. You survived, thanks to sheer luck. But how long can you rely on luck? You've escaped death multiple times, but surviving doesn't mean thriving. A new problem arises. You're starving. You crawl around, looking for a tasty leaf. But you're not the only one doing this. Other worms are competing for the same food. You spot a fresh green leaf, but just as you're about to take a bite, swoosh! Another worm gets there first. You glare at it. It glares back. Neither of you wants to back down. You have two choices. Give up and find another leaf. Fight for your food. You choose to fight. You charge forward, trying to push the other worm away. Bite, shove, wrestle. The two of you roll and struggle like tiny warriors. There are no swords, only clumsy headbutts and determined wiggling. In the end, you win. The other worm slithers away, leaving the leaf to you. You happily munch on your victory meal, but a thought lingers in your mind. Will I have to fight again tomorrow? You've fought. You've run. But no matter what you do, the world doesn't get any easier. One day the sky darkens. Rain begins to fall. You've never seen rain before. You think it's something fun, until water starts pouring down in torrents. The flood rises, sweeping everything in its path. You crawl frantically, trying to cling to a leaf, but the rain is too strong. You're washed away, drifting helplessly in the current. You have two choices. Give up and let the water take you. Fight to survive. You choose to fight. You squirm trying to grab onto anything, and then you manage to latch onto a floating twig. You cling to it, gasping for air. You've survived, but for how long? Before you can even catch your breath, a small fish surfaces nearby. It sees you, and now it's coming for you. You thought water was a safe place? You were wrong. You were You've escaped death multiple times, but this world doesn't give you a moment of peace. The rain stops, the water recedes, but now you're soaked, exhausted, and freezing. Worse still, you're in an unfamiliar place. The trees are different, the smells are foreign. You don't recognize anything. You have two choices. Stay still and let fate decide. Keep moving, searching for safety. You choose the second option. You crawl through the darkness, trying to find shelter. But then, slash. A spider appears right in front of you. It watches you, its bloated belly pulsing with excitement. You've just wandered into its territory. You push your body to the limit, crawling as fast as possible, but the wet ground slows you down. The spider inches closer. Wham! A gust of wind knocks a large leaf down, blocking the spider's path. You don't stop to thank fate. You keep moving, but now you understand. Next time, luck might not be on your side. After days of surviving endless dangers, you realize your body is changing. You move slower, eat more, and feel constantly tired. This isn't sickness. This is the sign of something important. You're about to transform. You find a sturdy branch, climb up, and start weaving a cocoon around yourself. Thin strands of silk wrap around you. You can no longer move. But this isn't death. This is rebirth. Days pass. Your body dissolves from the inside, rebuilding itself into something new. And then one day, crack, the cocoon splits open. You struggle to push out. Light floods in. You feel something new on your back. You open your wings for the first time. You have become a butterfly. But is this the end, or just the beginning of a new battle for survival? This time, in the sky. You flap your wings for the first time. No more worrying about being bitten by ants. No more crawling slowly on the ground. You feel the wind. Flap your wings harder, and suddenly you're flying. But before you can fully enjoy this newfound freedom, reality hits you hard. Hawks can still eat you. Spiders can still weave traps in midair. Humans can crush you without a second thought. You thought escaping the ground meant the struggle was over? Wrong, but at least now you can fly. You've gone from a tiny, defenseless creature, surviving each day purely on luck, to a being that can soar freely across the sky. Conclusion. Survival is a miracle. Being born a caterpillar is the definition of suffering. But if you survive long enough, you can become something greater than you ever imagined. Whether you're a worm or a human, life is an endless series of challenges. If you endure, if you fight, you have the chance to rise higher than you ever dreamed. Want to experience this life? Comment below, like, share, and subscribe for more crazy animal stories.